I think when people look at Joan Mitchell's work, they tend to assume that she painted quickly and spontaneously. And in fact, nothing could be further from the truth. She was a very deliberate painter. She was like an athlete. She would advance on that canvas and often with great energy apply that paint, but apply it knowing exactly what she was doing. Joan Mitchell would draw upon her own memories of landscape in particular. She would talk about having a mental suitcase or a mental album of landscapes. And she would then use this to get a painting started. Untitled 1953 is a painting in which I see a lot of luminosity. There's a kind of radiance. Joan Mitchell is able in this painting, I think, to create light. And she does that by leaving these scattered patches of white around the canvas. And so what results is a kind of shimmer, which is really quite wonderful. In Untitled 1979, she's working in diptych form. She really liked that cut, partly because it was this crisp line in the midst of all these intensely handmade brushstrokes, and also because of all the things she could do around that line. She could treat it as a kind of impenetrable barrier, or she could just wipe her brush across it as if it wasn't there. So lots of possibilities for continuity and disruption. One thing that stands out for me when I look at these two works, one next to the other, is what they say about Mitchell's trajectory. So 1953, she was living and working in New York City. She was part of this group that became known as the Abstract Expressionists. But by the 1960s, some of the Abstract Expressionists then start working in other modes. Joan Mitchell, however, never wavers within these parameters that she set for herself. We get to 1979, and she's still working and painting. And at the highest level, at the highest intensity, Joan Mitchell's work is both abstract and emotionally precise. She had this idea that at certain moments, daily situations could be filled with a higher life. And it was that higher life that she was attempting to convey in her work.